Should I go forward when my heart is here and find thy center out?
Romeo, my cousin Romeo.
He is smart, and by my word we will drag him back to his bed.
He ran this way and hopped over the fence. He hath himself on the street. Blind is his love that benefits the dog. Killed them, for 'tis in vain. He jokes about his scars, yet he never felt a wound. But soft, what light through that window breaks is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, beautiful sun, and kill the jealous moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. Oh, it is my lady, oh, it is my love. If only she knew. She speaks, yet she says nothing. I am too bold, her eyes do not speak to me. The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight does a lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright. The birds would sing and think it were not right. See how she leans her cheek upon that hand. Oh, that I were that glove upon that hand, that I could touch that cheek.
Oh my.
She speaks like the angel she is, as glorious to this night above as is a winged messenger of heaven, unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze upon him. When he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of air. It is your name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Capone. What's Capone? And for that name which no part of these, take all myself. Take your word for it. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I'll never be Romeo.
Who are you, so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I do not know, because it is an enemy to you.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Capone?
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worst to want thy light.
What time shall I meet with you tomorrow?
Strictly at 9.
Fantastic.
The earth that's nature's mother is her tomb, and what is burying grave that is her womb. For her womb, children of divers kind, we are sucking on her natural bosom find. None but for some, and yet all different. For not so vile on the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. Revolts from true birth, stumbling on abuse, within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence and medical power, and where is worthier than predominant.
Morning, Father.
Greetings. What early tongue so sweet sooth me? Young son, it argues a tempered head, so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed.
That last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
Was thou with Rosalind?
No, I have forgotten that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell you if you don't ask me. I have been feasting with mine enemy, where on a sudden one hath wounded me. That's by me wounded. Both are remedies. I bear no hatred, blessed man for lo.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift.
Plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Moran. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine. And all combined, save what thou must combine. By holy marriage, when, where, and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vows. I'll tell thee as we pass, but this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosalind, whom thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love lies, not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes.
I pray thee chide not. She whom I love now doth grace for grace, and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well. Thy love did read by rote and could not spell. But come, young boy, come with me. On one respect I'll thy assist be. For this alliance may be happy prove to turn your household rancor into pure love.
Oh, let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the hell is Romeo? Didn't he come back from the bar?
He didn't come home. I spoke with the boss.
That cold-hearted wench Rosalind torments him, so he ran.
Tybalt, the kingsman of Old Moran, hath sent the letter to his father's house.
Challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master. How dare he being dared?
Alas, poor Romeo. He is already dead.
Why, what is Tybalt?
More than the Prince of Cats, I can tell you, oh. He is the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as young as Hicksong. Time, distance, and proportion.
What?
The pox of such arctic lisping affecting fantasticos. These new tuners of accents by Jesu. A very good blade, a very tall man, a very good whore.
Oh, here comes Romeo.
Laura to his lady was but a kitchen wench. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both, boys. What counterfeit did I give you?
The ship, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio, my business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy. Meaning to courtesy, a most courteous exposition. Pink for flower, why then is my pump well flowered?
Stop there. Thou wouldst else have made thy tale large.
Here's a godly gear.
A sail, a sail.
2-2, a shirt and a smock.
Good Peter to hide her face, for her fans the fair face. God ye good fair gentlewoman. 'Tis no less, I tell you, for the body hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
One gentlewoman that God hath made for himself to mar. I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
Yeah, is the worst well. Very well. Took I faith, wisely, wisely.
She will indict him some supper.
A bod, a bod, a bod, so ho.
What hast thou found?
Sir, unless a hare, sir, and a Lenten pie, that is something stale, and a whore are it to be spent. An old hare whore, is very good meat in Lent, but a hare that is a whore is too much for a score.
Follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady, farewell. Lady, 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 lady.
A gentleman, nurse, that loves to hear himself talk. I will speak more in a minute than he will stand. 2 in a month. Bid her devise some means to come to shrift this afternoon, and there she shall, at Friar Lawrence' cell, be shrived and married. Here is for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir, she will be there.
And stay, good nurse, behind the abbey wall. Within this hour my man shall be with thee, and bring thee cords made like a tackled stair, which to the high top gallant of my joy must be my convey in the secret night. Farewell, be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell, commend me to thy mistress.
Now God in heaven bless thee. Hark you, sir.
Why sayest thou, my dear nurse?
Is your man's secret? Do you near hearsay? To make keep counsel, putting one away.
I warrant thee, my man as true as steel.
Well, sir, my lady's the sweetest lady, lord.
Commend me to thy lady.
Alright. Go. The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. Oh God, here she comes. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met him?
We have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a better man. Romeo, no, it is not he. Though his face be better than any man's, he is not the flower of courtesy. But I'll warrant him as Chantil's lamb. Go thy ways, wench. Serve God.
But all this I did know before. What says he about our marriage? What of that?
Have you got leave to go shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you to hence Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife.
Hide high fortune, honest nurse, farewell.
So smile heavens upon thy holy act. After that hours with sorrow child us not.
Amen, amen. But come what sorrow can, it cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume. The sweetness holy is lonesome in his own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore love moderately, love long doth so.
Right.
Here comes the lady.
Good evening to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
As much to him, else is his thanks too much.
Ah, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be hep like mine, that thy skill be more, to blaze on it, then sweeten with thy breath, unfold the imagined happiness that both receive in either this dear encounter.
Conceit, more rich in matters than in words, brags of his substance, not of ornament.
Come with me, and we will make short work.